You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with me, Roadtrix108, and Twilight Tigress. Today we're interviewing another member of the Kingdom, Undetermined. It's Christmas today, so if you celebrate it, Merry Christmas. If not, then enjoy the podcast.
Okay.
Alright, so just, go and introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, nice. Yeah, I'm Adam, Undetermined, whatever you want to call us, and I'm a High Lord in KOH. I'm a 4IL, yeah. Great. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
So, Adam, what are you doing in your life right now, eh?
not much. I'm honest to God, it's a mess, but not in a bad way. Like, it's getting close to Christmas, so it's like that really big crunch time before, like,
Yeah, super
before,
busy.
yeah, super. It's just, and then
Going
I've got
and
work
visiting
and
well, maybe not this year, but usually go and visit every relative and doing
Yeah,
shit
don't
every
visit
day.
any relatives this year, guys.
I'm lucky though because most of my relatives live really close to me. Like,
Yeah.
my sister, I would say my sister lives across the street, but no, she doesn't. She lives next, like, in the same house as me. My grandmother lives across the road,
Yeah.
so she'll be my sister's neighbor, and me other nana, she lives like a 5-minute walk away.
That's
So
fine.
all quite close.
Yeah. And are you still in studies, or did you finish
No,
last year? Right,
not
so
anymore.
do you want to talk about what you were doing last year?
God, no. I'll talk about what I was doing previously,
Yeah,
because that's a bit easier. So, I left sixth form with 4 U's in A levels.
That's always a good start.
Is that the
Oh yeah, it's a real 4
undecided
U's.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
that-
great.
Is that
And,
where you don't know what to do with it?
I don't know what they're going to do with that building, but so I left there, and my mum was like, "You should probably do something," and I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I went down to the local college and was like, "I guess I'll look at the prospectus then." So I opened a book and it fell on the aeronautical engineering. So I did that for 4 years of my life, and oh my God, it was great. Like, I could have ended up doing something useful, like, I don't know, accounting or something. Nah, did engineering.
Looking at planes.
But
all
like,
day.
but like, up until this year, it was like a really good industry to get into because people need planes and stuff. But people aren't traveling now. People are losing. And I'm just like, oh well, there's me set up to fail. Like, I've got no career now.
Hopefully next year it picks up. You never know.
No, I might as well just go full time at McDonald's. That's gonna be good.
You can become a crew manager, whatever they call.
Oh my
Shift
God,
manager.
Oh
no.
my goodness, imagine that. You're 5 stars at McDonald's on
Oh
your
my
wee badge.
Oh,
Biggest life
I'd be
goal.
so.
Funnily
Yeah,
enough, though,
that's the one life goal I've set.
it was almost the exact same thing for me. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna do when I came back to England, and then I just like had like a meeting with Newcastle College, and I just went and sat down, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not doing this. And then I like talked to her for 5 minutes, and she's like, you should really do this. You can get to uni after 1 year. And I was like, okay.
Oh
Might as
nah.
well.
I basically just like kept going along with it. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll sign up. I'll put my name down just in case. And then like, oh yeah, I'll come to the open day. And oh yeah, I'll come to the first day. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
2 years later, I'm in uni.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got peer pressured by my friends to do an engineering management course, and I hated it. Like, there was no joy. There was less engineering and there was more managing.
Wow.
Like, on the bright side, I learned more people skills and like how to be a manager, but I didn't pass the course.
Don't worry, it'll get you set up. It'll get you set up for your McDonald's career.
Yes, I can't wait. Oh, but yeah, that's pretty much been my life.
So
Yeah.
we want to ask, like, how are you gonna spend Christmas, like, with Corona overshadowing us all?
It's actually surprisingly, it's been quite nice. Like, I've had work and stuff, which has been sort of like, but I don't know. I feel as I've got older, I've lost less of that Christmas spirit that I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But the joy of living with 3 really young people that still believe in Santa and all that stuff. It's really so you can see their festive spirit still there, and it's sort of nice. But every day we've had this little elf thing for
Oh,
my
yeah.
for my
Elf on the
niece
shelf.
and yes, we've had that. And yesterday it was in a slipper going down the banister.
Oh,
So, but it's been lovely doing that for the kids
Have
and
you
stuff.
have you seen the things on Facebook that people are doing where they're getting like chicken bones and arranging it in the shape of an elf and then putting like ketchup as blood all
Oh
around
my
it?
god,
No.
that's
Yeah, it looks,
horrible.
I'll send you it afterwards. It's absolutely traumatizing for the kids.
But it's been fine.
Yeah.
We've obviously been difficult to get gifts and stuff, but but
Just
we've got
using Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
but I've managed, but we've managed to get the presents that we want to get and stuff, and hopefully Christmas will be good.
Yeah.
We're cautiously optimistic about it. Like, I think that we're going to have some family members coming and
Yeah.
being up here. Like,
It'll certainly be
Well,
unique.
yeah, but we usually have a big like Christmas with all the family around,
Yeah.
and like the close family. So like me nana would probably come, and that's been like it for all the years that I've known it. So it's not going to be much different. The only difference has been like on the build up to Christmas.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I'm looking forward to Christmas. I guess it's always nice. I like New Year's as well because
Yeah.
it's like it's time to reflect and time to look forward to the new year. And God knows we need to look forward
I
to
know we
something.
really do. There's no looking back in this year.
God.
Oh,
And-
just pretend that 2020 never existed.
know.
Yeah.
Exactly. We'll just we'll just rip that page out of the calendar, just pretend it
Yeah.
wasn't there.
I'm still 22. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just go back a year. But yeah, moving on. So I want to ask a few questions about KOH in general. So
Yeah.
to
Okay.
start off with, when did you first join KOH?
God, first join.
I
I
remember
don't
the days.
even know. I joined like I used to lobby camp, right?
Mhm.
Which is a good start. But there used to be like ILs that like people now haven't heard of, but I think that was 2014 or 15 or something.
Wow.
And I don't even remember Sharon being there. That's how old it was.
Oh wow.
Like she wasn't like somebody that I remembered. But I remember lobby camping, and one of the ILs, Mona, she was like, "You should join instead of sitting out there all day." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I remember, because I was a naive kid and stuff, I was like, I don't know, and I just guessed the answers, and I failed the first time. So I went back to, I know, how can you fail something like that?
The test.
Yeah, so I went back to lobby camping, and eventually Apollo Orion came and lobby camped with me, and then he was like, "We should join." So I took the test again, and I joined, and it was great fun.
And you passed the second time.
Yeah, and then I remember being made IL for the 5 IL the first time in 2016.
Mm.
And I remember quitting, and Sharon not being too happy with me for quitting. And I joined this one, God, sometime last summer, I think, just after I graduated.
Right.
And then I retired, and it was great. I don't know why I retired. It was probably the biggest mistake I've made on Habbo.
Mm.
But coming back's been lovely, and I'm slowly getting to the rank that I had.
Yeah. I remember you took like, what was it, maybe like 2-month break, right?
Yeah, it
Start of this year.
was like a 2-month break to
Mm.
focus on university. Did
That went
I
well.
use it?
I know
No.
that went well.
Now you can focus on your dream job of becoming a McDonald's shift manager.
Oh
Yeah.
God, can't wait.
Not that there's
You'll
any
have
problem with
you'll
that.
have experience from being in the ILs, management
I'm
experience.
going to put KOH on my CV. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing.
what you
Like
should.
you can't put KOH on your CV or like used to be a Habbo in command.
I mean, you could.
But
It'd be pretty funny.
I think Holly will.
but like you can actually use some of the skills you learn. Like as stupid as it sounds, like
Yeah.
like I didn't use Google Sheets and stuff until I joined KOH and stuff.
Yeah.
But like and doing the Kingdom Chronicles, it's improving my writing skills, and as well as that, there's being an IL, you've got responsibility and you need decision making skills and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could just mess about with it and stuff, like some have, but you're not going to be an IL for long if you do that. So,
Yeah, it's a commitment.
Definitely.
it's a surprising amount of responsibility for something that's on an online game.
I know.
Yeah, and a lot of depth to it as well. There's so many different things.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I think like one of the biggest things, like difference between old KOH and new is like how much more stressful it used to be, and now it's like more
Oh my!
enjoyable than it is stressful. Like,
There
what do you
used to be
think?
there used to be like rules that weren't like even written down. Like only ILs could wear capes,
Yeah,
and only like certain people in the ILs could wear crowns, and you're just like,
I remember the capes. Oh my god! And when did they take
like
away that
why?
rule?
Like
It's so
this
pointless.
KOH is a lot more fun and a lot more. I'm not saying that KOH didn't have a community back then, but there's a lot more of a sense of community now.
Yeah.
Like there used to be Skype calls and stuff back then, but now there's like an entire server dedicated to KOH, and even like outside of Habbo, there's this sort of sense of community. Like,
Yeah, I remember the old Skype calls being so
oh
awkward and no
god,
one wanting to talk, and now it's like everyone wants to
Oh.
talk.
and now you can't get people to shut up.
I know.
Like it's great.
The worst thing was the kick chats where you could
I
only
loved
talk to the
them.
people that
Oh,
were in your
man.
group, and then you had to like there was no way of communicating with the people in the other group because they were full.
Oh, I remember the kick group chats. They used to do trivia every like week or something, or every day. I can't remember, but I used to compete with either Rye it was or Ruth, and I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
But I used to just make sure that I was the one that won. Like I'd stay up and wait for the trivia because
Oh my god.
I had no better to do. It was great fun though.
Just trivia master. We should do a trivia
Yeah.
thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
God,
Do
don't.
trivia
a
night.
trivia
Don't-
chat.
Adam doesn't
Yeah,
want to
but
stay
Liz
up
would
late
win.
anymore.
Liz would win all the time.
True.
Yeah, we have too many smart people.
So would you say that KOH has improved overall?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
It's kind of sad that it came back when Flash was going to die
Yeah.
I know, it's tragic. It's like what?
because because for me Kingdom task for the report. I don't know if I'm allowed to include this in,
No,
but
you are.
I've been asking people from like 2016 and 2012 and stuff who used to play Habbo, and I've been asking them like, did you why did you sort of leave and stuff, and they were like, just lost its sense of community and stuff. People have been, some people have even said stuff like it's just the developers are sort of squeezing out just money out of people and stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason people used to play it was because of the sense of community and stuff, and the people that used to talk to.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that I've had to interview were like ex-agency members, but they like really enjoyed that sense of community and stuff. And the old KOH, they sort of saw that sense of community. And this one is I think it's a lot more sort of, it's a lot less friends and it's a lot more like family-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
As cringy as it sounds.
Well, it's also like there's not like such a fast rotation of people coming in and out as well.
That's
'Cause I just
very
remember
true.
in old KOH, it was like every week an IL was quitting, and every week a new IL was coming in, and
Yeah,
They were dropping like
yeah,
flies.
they really
there
were.
used to be drama every other week. It
I
was
know.
great.
It just feels like everyone in ILs is like so nice now. Like other
Yeah,
than
and
Yeah,
Samia,
you do-
obviously.
they're
like
so
the only-
committed.
Like this sort of time when people leave, it's more retiring,
Yeah.
and there's still like people leave on good terms usually.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I left old KOH, it was like it hurt me too much to come back. I never wanted to go back because I just felt like it was moving on without me. It
Yeah,
was too sad.
Well, I just
it
remember
does.
because I only joined in 20 at the start of 2017, and then old KOH ended at like December. But I'd been there like a few months, and I'd gotten to like IL. But then I think it was Sharon retired maybe, and like a few other people just like went, and I was like, oh, this isn't like fun anymore. It's not the same people I used to hang around with. Everyone is like gone, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going as well.
I remembered like talking to Sanjay and Laura and those lot, and being like, they were like, "Oh, have you met Jay and stuff?" And I'm like, "Who's Jay?" And he's like this guy that has this big reputation and stuff. And I'm just like, he's a bit annoying, isn't he?
Yeah,
Wow.
he's so annoying. Oh my god.
But like, oh, it was weird, like knowing about this guy that I've never sort of met
Yeah,
that just seems to love himself
he
Yeah.
and
does.
all that.
Thanks.
That
thanks.
reputation.
You turned out to be nice. I thought you were just going to be a dick.
Oh wow, thanks.
That's
You
why I
felt
didn't
right.
talk to you, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Me
And then you
too.
joined. And then you joined the
Yeah.
new QH, and I was like, oh, he's actually all right. Oh, and he's a Geordie. Well, not a proper Geordie, but you know,
Close enough. Close enough.
close enough. Yeah.
So, would you say that obviously we've said that KOH has improved from old KOH, but just
Yeah.
new KOH, so like from last year. Do you think since it's began last year, it has improved since then?
Since it started,
Yeah.
sort of,
So
well,
like,
since I joined, yeah, definitely. When I first joined the new QH, like there was like what 3 or something units, and one of them was pay because every agency pays. But and well, not in the next, not in Habbo 2020, but
Oh, I know.
but oh, there was like so many ideas that were coming around at the start because people wanted to do stuff
yeah,
and they wanted to move. And I think that we have improved. Like we've opened the communications unit. We've got the Royal Guard unit and all the new sort of stuff that's come along. And we've had some amazing people come in and do some great work. And none of this stuff sort of happened in old KOH.
Mm.
Like you never had winter, but well, we'll have like these big events that come on now, and it's the people from like the start of KOH, of the new one, the people who sort of needed to go for the agency to progress have left,
yeah,
and there's been no sort of big drama because of it. So yeah, it has like
yeah.
there's sort of not been anything.
It's a
The
much more
people that
sort
are
of like positive environment.
yeah, the people that are here now are dedicated to sort of making KOH better instead of the people that could have been here that would just be like happy with it, just plodding along as just another agency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you're seeing people coming up with ideas. People like Chloe being like, yeah, let's do like the races and stuff. Oh, sorry, the creatures.
Yeah.
And Sharon coming to us with like these ideas and asking how we feel about it.
I
And
know.
because she's coming to us and asking for these ideas, she's like, we can give our own opinions and give her ideas and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, it feels a lot more involved than like old KOH, and it's just like so
Yeah,
much more better
yeah,
community
exactly
wise.
that. Like everything that sort of we've done in the new KOH has been like, how can we make KOH better?
Yeah.
Not like how can it just sort of continue to survive?
Yeah. Is there anything like you think has been a step backwards?
Not from the top of my head. I mean, no, I can't really think of anything. Occasionally, like, no, not really. I can't.
that's fair enough.
Like,
So what would you say your favorite memory has been of KOH? Even new or old or both, whatever you want to do.
God, I don't even know. There's been too many memories being made. I couldn't, as cliched as it sounds, I couldn't pick a memory. Like I never expected to be able to meet anybody from Habbo, but I have,
You
and I
are
can
good.
say, yeah, you were definitely the first person I met, and I'll keep it that way. We'll pretend that it was.
Yes.
No, it's just every sort of time's been a highlight. Like even just releasing the stories and stuff. Like I don't like to read my own stuff or
Mhm.
listen to my own stuff that I've done, but like knowing that people like these things, I'm like, that makes me really happy. Like,
Yeah.
and watching sort of people grow close together and just enjoy this community that we've worked so hard to build up is honestly quite impressive, and it's not something that I'd ever expect from an online game, to like have such a sense of community.
Yeah.
Like I know there's games that like have big communities and stuff, like, but for us all to sort of know each other in a way and to actually get along and flow like an actual working machine is quite surreal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
tear jerking, isn't it?
it's really good to see people in this community make people feel good and actually like not bully and actually be nice to each other.
Yeah, having like positive impact on
Um,
each other.
yeah, exactly that. Like things like the Sunshine Channel in the server. It's just things like that. Like you never feel truly alone when you're in a community like this. Like you could go to anybody, as far as I could tell, and just be like, "Yeah, I'm having a tough day. Can I talk to you?" And they would within like a second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if
everyone's got your
they're
back.
yeah, and if they're like asleep or whatever, then there's another person just that will talk to you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So on the topic of like community, we know you've been in comms a while, so like can you explain what it is you do in communications?
I'm the head writer in no, I'm one of the writers in communications. Because I can't draw or design for love no toffee. But I write. Jay tries to get me to do other things like interviews and stuff. Um, I usually write the introductions for the Kingdom Chronicles. If there's a report in there, I'll probably have written one of those, and I've started writing stories because out of nowhere Jay decided, oh, let's introduce stories to the Kingdom Chronicles,
Well, I
and he
think as
came to
well.
me and was like, Adam, do this, and I was like,
It's Adam's story time.
you're asking me to write a story in less than a week? What?
Well, originally the stories had started out as being like a user submission sort of thing, and then we didn't get any submissions, and I was like, well, I know Adam
It's
can
a good
write.
idea.
I was like, I'll just force Adam to make one.
I've really enjoyed writing those stories. Like,
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I think the next question is literally what's your favorite section of TKC to do, and I think it probably is the stories, right?
for me to do, honestly, I enjoy writing the introductions more than anything else because
really?
it's like me having a conversation with the reader, is
Yeah.
what I see it as. If you look back in my earlier Kingdom Chronicles, some of them are pretty much just me talking. It's really quite nice to write and not have to stick to a script or anything. Like the only things that you really tell me not to do was not swear,
Yeah.
and please keep it to a page.
Yeah, don't go
Um,
overboard.
I think the only time we've ever had a veto anything you put in is when you've because there's always a bit of comedy that sort of goes with the intro when you write them, and I think the only thing we vetoed was there was like a COVID joke that I thought was just a little too much in case people were sort of affected by it and stuff.
yeah,
I
that's
think
Make
fair.
people
I
cry.
don't think I
Yeah.
made. That's fine, but
I don't think it was inappropriate or anything. I think it was just sort of like, oh, let's just ease up a little.
yeah. No, it's been nice writing the introductions. I do like writing the stories though because I can sort of get other people involved, kinda. go behind your back and be like, "Can you give us a name for somebody or give us some sort of help?"
Yeah. I remember you getting Hope to do one of them or something.
Yeah.
So that leads quite nicely into this. So you wrote quite a lot of stories. So which one's been your favourite so far?
God, why would you ask me that? You say that as though I like remember them. There's, like, I've got a Google Drive, Google Docs, and
Yeah.
I've just got them all sort of like in a line because I don't use Google Docs for anything other than the Kingdom Chronicles now. But there's like, once I've wrote them, I don't read them back over, and I just delete them from my memory. But this Christmas one that I've wrote is I quite enjoyed. When you first gave me the task to write a story, I was like, well, you didn't give me the task, but I was like, right, it's December, I'm going to have to write a story. But I didn't know whether you were going to make it sort of Christmas or festive themed, or if it was just going to be something, just write a generic story. Because originally I was going to write something about KOH and sort of related to KOH, but it wouldn't have been festive related.
Yeah.
And because I had two stories that I could have wrote this month, and I know I'm spoiled for ideas, but I had to write the New Year's one because you gave me a theme for it.
Well, you could always write two and we'll put both in there.
I'd rather not, but but I really enjoyed writing this month's one because New Year's probably my favorite time.
Yeah.
And sort of writing this was sort of a treat because it challenged me because I had to actually come up with something like that wasn't just, oh, I can pretend it's KOH.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cute as well. I don't know if have you read the story this month, Becca?
No.
Oh, because I know Jay has. I don't. But
yeah, I enjoyed it.
But Jay said it was good. So
yeah, what can I look forward to? Like, can you give us a wee
Quick
hint as
overview.
to what it's gonna be like?
Well,
is it New Year's themed? Right?
Yeah, it's
Instead
New
of
Year's themed. It's on the
festive,
eve of. It's on the cusp of the new year, and
Ooh.
it's just two people going on a walk, really. it's
Sounds
a
nice.
it's a lovely story. I could have probably added more depth to it, but it's not.
I was gonna say, I think you're playing it down. It is a really good story, so I think people will enjoy it.
I hope so. I worked hard on this one.
Yeah.
In fact, I worked so hard that it took me over the deadline to write.
True.
You're getting a strike. we're saying it here.
This is your notice.
Well, I'm quitting. Fine. Good luck finding another writer.
Wow, we're gonna just clickbait this podcast now.
Adam fired.
Adam quits the comms unit.
An explosive bout.
So
how clickbaity could you get the title?
So we spoke about the number one unit, communications. Obviously.
Yeah, wow.
But now, obviously, we just want to sort of ask you whatever units you're in, which ones you enjoy, and just what you do in general.
I think I'm in a lot of units. Like, I often, when I'm on the Discord, I scroll down and stuff to like see if I've got any unread messages in the channels, and it just surprises me that I'm actually in that many units.
Yeah.
The transfer unit's always a good one. I mean, it's only really comes into effect if somebody comes in and it's like, can I have a transfer? Not try to play it down. Transfer unit's a tremendous unit, and there's a lot of calculations and stuff that go into it.
Well, as I remember it, you actually got top transfer in last month, so congratulations.
Check it out in TKC.
I think I got one transfer.
Yeah. You were tied with Joy, but that's okay.
Oh, I'm coming for that record next month.
You're gonna smash that record with a solid 2.
I really like the Royal Guard unit and events unit.
Yes. We were
because
actually talking to Holly about that last week when this releases, but yesterday, and she sort of gave us a
right.
bit of an overview about what it was. But if you can also give us one, because
We're trying to figure it out. We're really confused.
Yeah.
We still have no idea.
Royal Guard unit is a unit dedicated to drills and things like that, for drill performances. So, for an example, a real life example, when Remembrance Day comes along every year, the military or the army in the town would do a parade kind of thing for remembrance.
Oh,
It's like that,
I understand.
but on Habbo.
It's like the
Right,
Edinburgh
I get it.
military tattoo.
So it's like
yeah,
ceremony
sort of
time.
like that. Yeah, yeah. You're
It's the
Scottish. I should have
drills.
said that. Yeah, it's
Because they're the
sort
Royal
of.
Guard.
It's a it's a role
Makes
playing.
sense.
I
It's
get
a
it.
role playing sort of unit, and it has bags of potential. Like, I don't know if you were both here for the Landon Castles event, but it was quite a successful event,
Yeah,
and
that
that
was
was
fun.
on the back of the RGU.
Yeah.
And if we can do that again, sort of thing,
I also think it's
it
going to
would
be
be good.
exciting how it sort of plays into the creatures aspect as well, because I
Yeah.
can see it many different ways that'll play into.
Yeah,
Royal the Royal Guard unit could be brilliant involved with creatures,
Yeah.
and I really hope that something happens, because I feel really passionate about that unit, because when it first came out, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna do marches. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be all flamboyant and
It's
stuff."
so nerdy.
And Ben, the person who came up with the unit,
Yeah.
and was really he had amazing ideas, and then he left.
I am the bane of comms in these days, not gonna lie. I am just like the fountain
Yeah,
of
but you're the two I
ideas.
see.
See, you know what Becca likes to do? She likes to think up the ideas.
And then you like
then,
to steal them, like
no,
as I'm saying them
Becca
out
likes to
loud.
think them up with like no path of how to actually implement them into comms. She'll just be like, "Oh, we should make the issue at the end of the month," and I'm like, "All right, but that's gonna mess up literally everything."
Yeah, when Becca goes, we should make videos. What are we doing now?
We
Oh, you
should
mean how,
make
like-
videos.
I'm
What?
like, what about videos?
Yeah, why don't we just make ourselves just this massive news,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
news broadcaster?
segments.
Basic.
Oh yeah.
Why don't we
easy.
compete with the BBC and everything?
Honestly, we're getting there. Maybe not in views, but
Yeah. The only person that watches
Mm.
it is you, and you know it.
oh, thanks. Well, I enjoy it, so
But I love the Royal Guard unit. I love
Yeah.
events team and all the other ones I'm in. I think I'm in the football team, I guess. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Every practice is
Habbo
great.
footballer.
Yeah, basically Ronaldo, mate.
Yeah. I'm just excited for the Royal Guard unit to come up with a fairy army, so we can take over.
well, I mean, you'll not take over
And the elves are going
considering you're like
down.
last right now. So
It would really depend on whom the Royal Guard unit's one I see. I don't know what his creature is, so it might not be a fairy army. So good luck with that.
well, we'll see. So I think
But yeah,
that's just about all the main points covered. If you've got anything else you want to talk about before we come to our last question, you can bring it up now.
no, have you got any other questions to ask me? Like,
Well, we just have one question that we asked Holly last time, and I think we're going to try and keep it as sort
oh
of like
god,
a
A
question that we ask
universal
everyone.
question.
Yeah.
oh god,
See
I'm
who has the
scared.
best answer.
Unless you have any ghost stories.
Because we like
Oh
those too.
god, listen, October's past.
Yeah.
True. Everyone likes a ghost story. But yeah, our last question. Well, do you want to ask?
So we wanted to ask, like, what advice would you give to someone that was just like starting out in KOH, like a new, like a
Well, like
lower
a new
rank?
traveller.
Yeah, a new traveller
A peasant.
passing by, not yet a peasant.
Just, I doubt that any traveller will hear this, because you have to be in Royal Officer to join the Discord. But
Well, it could also. Well, actually, you have to be tradesman.
Welcome,
now.
traveller.
oh,
But also, people might hear of this and there might be RO, there might just be a lower rank. Just
Um,
you know.
just they should just get involved. I know it's difficult as a traveller to talk to like ILs and royal officers that are about, because they have their friendship groups and stuff that they don't really leave.
Yeah.
Mm.
But if there's a conversation going on, and just get involved,
Yeah, just talk. That's
just
exactly
get
the same.
involved with KOH.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly
it's
the
a
same
lovely.
as Holly said as well.
If you don't get into the community, then you're not going to enjoy it. Like, if you look at all of the people that have made it to IL and stuff, they all got involved and they all talked, and they weren't. I know it's difficult if you're going into a new place and you don't know anybody.
Yeah, it can be pretty intimidating.
But what's the worst that's going to happen? Like,
Yeah.
don't creep them out, but like, but just get involved a bit. Like, if there's a game going on, join the game and stuff. You Jay, look at you. Did you start as a traveller?
I did indeed. I even started the
but
new
look-
KOH as a traveller. Sharon didn't give us any ranks.
I think I started as a traveller as well. Yeah.
No, I joined and then I didn't get any ranks. And then like 2 weeks later, someone walked in who I told to come back. And then Sharon was like, "Oh my god, yeah, you can have RO." I was like, "Ah, okay, thanks."
I
got
joined
gatekeeper.
as a traveller as well, and you came into a KOH where you didn't really know many of the people. I know there was a lot of like old faces from the old KOH,
Yeah,
but there's a lot of new faces as well,
oh, definitely.
and
So many.
you had to you talk and sort of get to know these people, and eventually you'll become more involved.
Yeah.
At the start, it'll be difficult, but you need to just get yourself out there and noticed. Really,
No, I definitely agree. It's really
Yeah, and
good
step
advice.
number 1 to getting involved is to make fun of Jay. So he's always
you
up for
don't
it.
even need to get involved and make fun of Jay.
I
You just
know.
need to have like
Just need to
basic-
hang
Have
back
eyes
and
and
let me
ears.
talk. Well, I think that's been a really good interview. We've hit a lot of points. It's definitely been the longest interview, which is good. I like it. I like long ones.
Except I'm hungry now, so
Yeah,
I'm just curious, what was Holly's answer?
the same thing.
literally the exact same thing. She was like,
Talk
just
to
talk to
us.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she was basically saying like how people will come in and they're sort of
Just sit.
quiet, they'll hang about. And,
Yeah.
like, some people will just leave because then they don't like talk to anyone. But I think if you just
But,
get
like,
involved and stuff,
There's been some decent examples of that coming up now, like of people actually talking. Like Sophie, she's sort of
yeah.
yeah,
she joined and she sort of talked. And look, she's in calls on the Discord channel now and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's always good
definitely.
when you're in calls. Like hearing people's accents, trying to
Oh
understand each
god.
other.
I always
The
think
amount
the
of time.
calls help so much in sort of getting comfortable with each
Yeah,
other.
and
Because
the
I think once you've
community.
been in a call and you sort of like realize, especially like when you're a lower rank and you're in a call with a higher rank, because I think it's quite intimidating at first, like talking to someone at high rank. Like for example, in
Yeah,
OKOH,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
we won't mention her name, but the Queen was like so intimidating. Like I was just like, oh, I don't want to say anything wrong. Like when she was online, but like
Have
in
you,
like new KH,
I don't think
obviously,
anyone
you're like,
have you
talked
not
to
noticed
her.
that
Like,
in new
broke
QH
that
as well,
bubble.
though? The Queen's a scary person. Like, you can't afford, like, people are like, oh, she's scary.
yeah. But
But
now
she's really
like
not as shit.
you get in a call with like Sharon and like she's just chill, like just a normal
Yeah,
person.
exactly.
It's just the same with every IL pretty much as well. Like everyone's different, obviously, but they're just sort of everyone's pretty chill and pretty normal on call.
Yeah, but if you see loads of people in the Discord call and you're a lower rank, you're like, oh, they're all friends, they're all talking. What am I gonna say?
But also, I
It's
feel
scary.
like when there's a lot of people in the call, it's sometimes easier to jump in because like if there's 2 people in the call, you know
You're
you
like
have
they're
to
having a
talk, and it's
private
really intimidating.
conversation.
Yeah.
You're
Like
gonna
if there's like 6 people, you kind of blend into the back a little bit. I think that's a little, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
join unnoticed. Just listen.
Incognito.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we had to talk about. So thank you for doing the interview.
No,
think
thank you for having us. It was
went
great.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
I think it's went really well.
You are welcome.
And we'll make sure to give
sorry.
you loads more stories to write in the future and
Oh,
lots of
please.
reports.
Yeah, because we know you love them. So
Every single week for me CU tasks, just
every
to do
week,
story after story after story.
you're gonna be like an actual writer by the end of it.
In
And you're
re-
like publishing
just
books
me-
and things.
Yeah, my first week introduction, second week story, third week story, fourth week report. Great,
Exactly.
thanks.